Hey guys,
What's up?
What's
Annie?
going on?
how you doing?
Just tremendous. How are you?
Who's that?
Good.
Who's that pup?
I just got a little baby.
Oh,
He's so
really?
cute.
New?
He's a boy. Look at his little weenie.
Yeah, that's a tiny dick. That is a
He's
tiny
so
dick.
Cute. I know. It reminds me of my dad.
What's his name?
I don't know yet, but I got him from possibly the Mexican cartel, so maybe El Chapo.
Oh, I like that. Or like
Maybe.
like a Noriega, or you got to do something like a big name. What's
Yeah,
his name?
something
Escobar.
good.
Escobar's
Esco.
not Mexican.
Call him Escobar.
Escobar is good though,
Esco's
but he's
Colombian.
not Mexican.
How do you go about almost maybe getting a dog from the cartel?
Craigslist.
Really?
I have two words for you, Craigslist.org. I went, well, the first dog I went to go get was, I don't think it was a real dog, and I was definitely about to get raped and murdered, hopefully murdered first, then raped.
If you got to pick an order, that's the better one.
Yeah, I know, please be an angel. But so the guy, like, first of all, the pictures that he sent me of the dog were just like two pictures of the same dog that weren't like that much of a variation. Then when I texted him, he just sent the same pictures where I'm like, oh my God, I'm getting dogfished. and then I like show up and he's like, oh, I'll be there in an hour. And then the place was outside. It was a park. The address was a park, and it was getting darker and darker. And I was like,
God, Annie. The fact that you stuck around for all, so you just waited out for an hour for a mysterious man to show up who might have a dog.
I brought my ninja stars.
We were just talking about ninja stars recently. You don't see them very often. Are you confident that you could actually do some damage with a ninja star?
I mean, if I was in middle school, I could probably like hurt myself. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's like I could nothing.
There's I think it was you and I were talking about it, right?
Yeah.
There's no way if I could take if I just have fists. I don't need a weapon. I just have fists. You have a ninja star. I win that.
Yeah,
fight.
we were talking about ninja stars versus if you had a ninja star and I had nunchucks. Like who would win the fight?
Oh, the two things I have. Where are my nunchucks? Oh, my
You got nunchucks too. You got a whole artillery.
Yeah,
there,
you
huh?
have a Nerf gun.
My podcast fans send me weapons. I have like nunchucks. I have all these swords here. Look.
My podcast fans send me weapons.
What?
I have swords.
What is that arm?
That's a fake arm from my mom used to work at an eBay drop-off store. And so she'd get all these like weird things, and she would just like give us the worst Christmas presents ever, but it was just literal trash, like actual trash. And then I was doing I was headlining a weekend at the Punchline in Philadelphia. That's where I'm from.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom threw a present on stage. She heckled me with a present, and I opened it. It was long, and I I was like, "Oh my God, Mom, is this gonna be one of those like rubber sex fists?"
Like
and then
a
I opened
giant.
it, and it was that arm.
The rubber sex fist really is a like the moment that you're buying. I don't kink shame, but the moment you're buying a big fucking fist. I don't know.
Kink shame. I kink shame. Are you fucking kidding me? If you can fit that fist in. Well, honestly, you know what? Actually, if you can fit that fist in you, I'm actually proud of you.
Yeah, like more
Anything's
power to you,
possible.
right? Yeah.
I think the fist.
Yeah, you got to earn it.
The
You don't just
fist
do
is
that.
fine with me. It's the fucking like dragon tails they have now.
Yeah, when it's like a mythical creature
It's
or
just
an animal.
this big fucking purple thing. I'm speaking specifically about Adriana Chechik, and it's this fucking big like dragon tongue or whatever. It's all twisted and stuff like that. A fist at least is a straight fucking thing. It might be big, but it's straight. You don't have to wiggle it in.
Also, the dragon tongue, that's like bestiality. It's like a lot of things are happening. That aren't
Especially,
cool.
honestly, you girls have it fucking made with the amount of normal, awesome sex toys you have. Just go with like, the new robot that's gonna just fucking.
I got my own right now. Maybe I should name him Peanut Butter. Oh my God.
What up, PB? What up, Skippy?
So cute.
That is a cute pup. So wait, I mean, back to the pup though. So he shows up like an hour late in the dark, and he ends up.
Left, dude. I was like, I'm out. I'm not
okay.
doing this. So then I went to this next place, and it was just this Mexican family that was just running like they were taking me over here, then they were taking other people over there, and then like the son would come out and be like, our next appointment's here, and I'm like, you're fucking lying, because now I want the dog, because I'm like, the next appointment can't get the dog.
Yeah, no way. Right.
And then I asked them, I was like, well, who are his parents and stuff? And they're like, oh, we don't know. I'm like, where's he from? And they're like, Mexico. And I'm like, oh my God. He's been like in a trunk like this.
Yeah. I mean, he's very well mannered for
adorable.
He looks like a doll. Like it's not
probably
even.
drugged him.
I was gonna say, is he like alive?
Wait, did you like just get him? Like how long ago did we get him?
Like today?
Monday.
Monday.
All
Okay.
right.
Monday.
That's pretty
Is
recent.
this Whitney Cummings inspired? I know you've been spending a lot of time at Whitneyland. Is her dog?
No, she's like, she's. I mean, she's not mad at me, but she wants, she's like one of the adopt don't shop or.
Well, you kind. I mean, I'm not. I guess yeah. You go to a shelter. I know what she's talking about, but I feel like you're also taking this dog from like a Mexican warehouse and giving it a nice life. So
And I'm sorry.
Come
Is this
on.
gonna be out of pound? This is not gonna be at the dog pound.
yeah.
Also,
I wanna
like,
shop. When I go shopping, I try on the clothes. I make sure they,
Yeah.
if you
they make my eyes pop.
if you typed in Craigslist.org and got anything from there, you rescued it.
Yeah, you're a hero.
It was either
Thank
you
you.
were gonna get it, pick it up, or it was gonna go in the trash.
Thank you.
Be it-
Wait, are you guys in Philly?
No, New York.
Oh, you are? Your pen hat. What is that?
Oh,
Oh, Penn. This happens a lot. Penn is the company who owns Barstool Sports now.
Oh my God.
and
we
and-
are.
do this
There is a
every
group of us
day?
in Philly. They we got.
I
a
know.
house.
I just heard that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so they're like in. I
You
think
got a
they're-
house? You guys
Yeah.
did forever, Fred? We're never not drinking jungle juice.
Yeah.
they all watch. Penn is a casino company, so they're all like gambling with our new sportsbook app. So we all rock the
That's
gear.
awesome.
Yeah.
Th-
Where in
Love
Philly
some
are you from?
gambling. I'm from Cheltenham, right outside of Northeast Philly.
Okay, I did.
And then I went to.
I was. I lived outside. I lived in the burbs for a little bit by the King of Prussia Mall.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
I got caught sneaking out. There was this guy, Tim. My mom set me up with him when I was like 15 because we both had nipple rings. I don't know if she thought we were going to like link
Wait,
them together
what?
or something.
You had a nipple ring when you were 15?
So-
and then your mom was
Well,
like,
when I was 14. Well, but then she was like, what am I going to do? My daughter's a baby slut. What am I? They weren't, they're just, I guess we'll lean in,
yeah,
know?
let's fuck.
But I got caught. I used to tell my mom I was sleeping over at my friend Kathleen's house,
Uh-huh.
and I would stay over at Tim's house in King of Prussia. And then my mom found out because she came to pick me up to get Christmas trees. She was like, surprise, we're getting the family
Oh,
Christmas tree.
no.
And Kathleen's mom was like, I haven't seen that bitch in months.
Wait, what?
But then I
I've
got
never
them.
even heard of a guy having a nipple ring at that age. I know guys had nipple
Yeah,
rings,
if you're
but
a
like
14-year-old,
Oh,
or she's
he
gonna be like,
was
he was
four-
32.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was 40. I'm just kidding. No, he was like 17.
Yeah,
I know. I always tell people, I always go like, I lost my virginity when I was 4, and people go like, oh, I go, he was 3. Relax.
So are you are out west right now though?
I am. I'm in LA.
Yeah. How long you been out there?
I've been here for like on and off since 2013.
All right, so a little
And I
while.
started comedy in New York.
You like
Lived
Philly?
in Santa Fe, New Mexico. I love Philly. I think Philly's great.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would live there again though, but
it's
maybe if you guys make it fun.
it's weird, man. It's real weird. I haven't spent a ton of time there. We did a show at Punchline last year, right?
Yeah.
And I remember walking around after the show, and it was like it's like New York with the amount of homeless people, but there aren't the amount of regular people to drown out the homeless people. So it's just fucking bizarre where it's just like zombie land. Everyone's all perked out of their fucking mind. And one guy came up to me and asked for money. He goes, yo, bro. And this is late. It's after the show, so it was midnight. We were walking over to McGinn's, and this guy's like, yo, bro, can I have some money? I'm about to shit my pants. And I was like, what is the money gonna do?
You're
What
still gonna have
Wipe
to
his
shit your
ass
pants.
with it. Use it as toilet paper.
I'm
Didn't
just
give a
gonna
fuck.
plug it, just fucking scrub into a little ball and just shove it up his ass.
You never know because honestly, Philly demeanor is so homeless, man. Anyway, like
Yeah.
I remember when the Eagles won. There was a video, the viral video of the guy who ate shit. on the
Yeah,
ground.
that was.
But it's like we won.
I know.
ate
You should be
shit
doing the
after
good
we
things.
won. Yeah, like oh my god.
That's Philly, but you should embrace it. There's so many people we know, bloggers here and fans that are like, no,
I love Philly.
yeah, like I would just lean into it, like your mom did with your nipple ring. Like I feel like they're always like, no, it's a misnomer or that's not, it's a stereotype. I would just be like, yeah, man, we're fucking scumbags and we're gonna beat you up if you ever
It's
come
the
here.
best. It's the best.
Yeah.
When I saw that Philly thing, I was so proud. I was nervous it was one of my brothers, but because my brother is like a Philly sports guy, but he lives in Boston. He works at Comcast. What is it?
Comcast Sportsnet.
Sportsnet. That's not the one he works for
Nesson?
now. NBC Sports.
NBC Sportsnet. Yes.
Yeah, he's like the Celtics guy, so it's so funny. I'm like, that's.
Oh
like
wow, that's tough. Are you into
I'm sure
sports
he would-
or are you just like Philly rep?
Yeah,
Philly
impress
guy?
my brothers
Yeah.
every once in a while.
How many do you have?
Dad.
Just brothers, no sister?
Twin brother, older brother. Yeah.
I feel
That's
like
cool.
you grow up with brothers and no sister. and you're gonna be different because of it. Like it's gonna have an impact, right?
I was thinking about every girlfriend that I've ever had a problem with has sisters.
Mhm.
They're crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Girls are not supposed to like be raised with other girls.
Yeah,
Girls
that's
should
why
not
in
be around other
Connecticut they
girls,
don't let
period.
it. Connecticut, they don't allow it to happen.
Yeah,
anything more than anything more in Connecticut, anything more than 4 women in a house is considered a brothel. That's why there are no
Oh my
sorority houses in
God.
Connecticut.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
If you're just like a normal girls and have 5 roommates that are girls, you're in a whorehouse.
The police
That is
forbid
the
it.
Fucking best.
So smart. It's so smart. It's like we know
And
you're not
all the
actual whores,
periods
but
link up.
yeah.
You know why that happens is because the women are so innately competitive that your body competes with the other body to try to get the man to
Wow.
impregnate you.
Really?
That's crazy.
Yes, dude.
That actually make the net like that's why you're all bitches to each other. It's just like you can't even help it.
Exactly. Well, it's competition and
Yeah. Well, I can't imagine
I'm
that
always
there's got to be
surprised by it.
there's got to be so much of that in comedy, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, there's a lot of like women complaining in comedy where you're like, you're not funny.
Yeah.
You're like, why wasn't I on the lineup? And you're like,
because you're not good. Yeah, I was listening to you
literally,
and Whitney on Rogan for like 9 hours. I mean, that interview
I know,
just went
so
on and
long.
on, but I listened to all of it, so good job. But and I've heard you and Whitney talk about it multiple times with like Bonnie's documentary talking about it. And it's like, you know, women are funny, but there are some who aren't, and it's kind of like weighing us down a little bit.
well, it's just shut the fuck up. Why are you complaining? Like, I choose woman last. Like, I'm always like, why am I not getting a thing? That would be the last thing I would ever go to. It's like, why are you going to? But I don't know.
And if you notice, like the people who are getting it are never. Maybe I'm speaking for you, but it doesn't seem like you're competitive. It doesn't seem like you complain, and then you're the one who's up there. So it's like, put it together, girls.
Just like, why would we not want more girl? Like, we just want to laugh. It doesn't matter, and you get more attention as a girl because there's less of it.
Yeah. I mean, we talked to Eliza Schlesinger, who was like, I kind of like it because I stand out now because I'm like one of the funny girls, but honestly, I feel like that is, you know, there's a stereotype there, but we started interviewing a lot of comics over the past couple of years, and like. There's also a lot of funny ones too, though. Like some of my favorite, funniest people that I rattle off the top of my head, usually a lot of girls are included. So
Can you believe it?
I mean, maybe it's top heavy.
What a
but,
twist!
Yeah.
What a twist!
Plot twist! You guys are fucking funny.
Well, here's the thing. We've honed our craft. We talk. My voice is this deep. People think I smoke cigarettes. I'm like, I just haven't stopped talking since I was able to talk. Like I've never. We have earthquakes out here all the time. I've never, and this sounds like a bit. I'm not joking. I've never felt an earthquake. I'm talking through every single one of them.
Shut up.
Every time. I
What are you
swear
talking
to
about,
God, people are
guys?
like, did you feel that? I'm like, again? Because I just think people are like into my story. I'm like, I'm
They were
fucking
shaking.
killing it.
They were laughing so much
honestly-
they were shaking.
I could see that happening to me. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. You
I'm like,
would never.
oh man, they're loving this.
I'm literally bringing the house down. This is fucking great.
Oh, once you let your mind go cocky, the universe immediately is like, and like that's why I think, you know, Curb Your Enthusiasm is so funny because it's always like that, boop, and that always happens. But no, it's fun being one of the only girls. It's fun.
As long as you're good.
I did.
You know, it sucks.
I
if you're
did.
not.
I wrote on a little bit. I worked on the new Borat that they just released, or they just released the
Borat 2, the
release date.
trailer. Yeah.
And
Meaning
and
what?
there
Like
was
you
one
like
other
wrote
woman
a skit
under-
for it?
I do like consulting.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
well, I just like worked on it, like consulting.
Right.
You can't really talk about it.
Uh-huh.
But it's secret. But I worked on Who Is America too, the Showtime show he did. But there's not that many girls, and we're like, look at each other. I was talking to this one girl in the writing room. We're both like, fucking good though.
Yeah, I mean,
Fun.
it's. I can understand. I feel like some of those things are either it can work against you if you're really not like talented or whatever, and then but if you make it, then it's like actually a great thing. So it's
But
like,
also, like the girls that I end up in these rooms with have been like the only girl in the room. So then we're like very excited to see each other. We both kind of have the same
bond. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean,
I mean, you're in a girl super group now. How did that happen?
The Whitneyland
so
crew is
fun.
a fucking. You guys are scary. You're like a gang that I would
Dude.
not fuck with.
I'm gonna brand myself. I'm just gonna show up with my pussy like smelling like burning meat, and just like that's like Whitney, and she'll be like, ew. I'm gonna get a What Would Whitney Cummings do?
That has got to be a scene out there, huh? Like even forget about when she like actually like throws hosts a stand up night, but when
Yeah.
you're just chilling and it's just like you, her, like Olivia Munn,
Where
whoever
the
else.
fuck did Olivia Munn come
How
from?
is she in the mix? What's happening? I'm like,
she's friends with. Listen, she's friends with Whitney. The first time I met her, I was over at Whitney's house. Whitney will be like, "Come over." David Spade always makes fun of her for this because she'll be like, "Come over." Like, I have swimsuits, and she'll just like give you these swimsuits, and they're all free from other places, so they're like weird swimsuits. They never fit right. They're like you always have like a labia hanging out, or like there's always like some nipple or something weird happening, and then. They just take pictures of you. Like I literally, her assistant, the comedian Benton, did my face in this like horror makeup. And Whitney's like, wear this, stand like this. I'm like, she's like, post them tomorrow. I'm like, Jesus Christ. She's like Kris Jenner. I'm like, no, Whitney, no. I was like, I can't post this. So then I had to like Photoshop them all weird. I'm like, I'm not gonna just post these like crazy pictures of like my butt cheeks. I'm always like, are you sabotaging me or helping me?
So yeah, I mean, when you go there, is it with the intent of like business, or are you just going to like chill and hang out and drink and fuck around and stuff?
I think it's both. There's no drinking really. I mean, I don't drink.
You're sober, right?
Whitney barely drinks. Yeah. Well, I mean,
so you're not like partying. You're just hanging out.
I don't drink alcohol, and I don't. I consider myself sober other than ayahuasca, DMT,
drugs,
mushrooms, weed, ketamine,
heroin, fucking black tar heroin. Whatever.
If you put Special K in front of me, I will enjoy it as
Whitney does that shit like daily, right?
She's just out with it. I'm like,
she's just talking to Rogan, like she has like I think it's like a prescription.
No, it's prescribed.
Yeah, I didn't know you could get K prescribed. I did not know.
Dude, they give it to you in inhalers. I'm like, you mean like
a asthma thing?
An inhaler. Yeah. I'm like it goes up your nose. But I'm like, yeah, it's always gone up your nose.
Yeah.
I've been to raves, bitch. Come on.
So you're like the opposite of. We interviewed Tommy Lee yesterday. And he had said that he was sober, and then we started talking about it a little more, and he just doesn't do drugs. He's like, oh, no, I still drink vodka all day, every day.
Saying you're sober, but that you drink a tumbler full of vodka to start the morning is a very funny statement. So you're sober, just do all the drugs.
I love it. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
together,
people do love drugs.
Like a regular person. I just think, listen, I like to do drugs and like hallucinogens and stuff, things that expand me, don't limit me. Okay. So as long as I feel like that. But drinking, it was like a nightmare. I like banged every busboy at every restaurant I ever worked at. It was getting insane. I have a joke about it. I'm like, como se dice, rock bottom.
See, that's also, I feel like when girls or women talk about
Everyone's so scared.
You can't say anything.
It even got to you guys. Like I thought female. You were
they like when they're like alcoholic stories are always like, I just fucked everybody. But guys, we're lucky. When we drink too much, we just can't fuck. So ours is like, I killed a kid in a DUI.
You'll still try to ram it in there. I can't tell you how many drunk noodle dicks have tried to come on over to my cup of soup.
Oh, to me, I feel like there's nothing worse for me than if you're trying to make it happen. Like I just want to, like, I'm like putting my pants back on to signal like, no, and it's not your fault, and it's not because you're not hot, blah, blah, blah. But the only thing worse than that is like you trying to get me hard. It's like now that noodle dick is in your mouth, and we're all uncomfortable.
Like a cat.
It's flopping around. Yeah, it's a disaster.
I actually was on a walk. I might have talked about this on Rogan, but I was on a walk. I tried to walk like 5 miles a day, and I had like my fanny pack on. I look like shit, and this like car comes up and beeps, and I like look over. And it's just this Mexican dude like jerking off, but his dick's not hard. So it's like flopping around. And I'm like, oh my God. Like I'm flattered yet insulted.
Yeah. And then you bought a dog from him like 2 weeks later.
and then I took his, but he drove off and then he had a baby seat in the back. I was like, oh my God.
Oh man.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck.
I mean, look, I'm not gonna tell you I'm a guy who hasn't fucking pulled pud in the car before, but I didn't get someone's attention before I did it.
He made sure I saw it. Like that was his thing.
I think ultimately though, flattered. He ain't doing that to everybody.
Listen, it will go away one day. I'm very conscious of the fact that there's an attention that I get now that will go away one day, and I will go, fuck, I really wish.
When are you? Well, so on that note,
I really wish I could get sexually harassed right now.
Yeah, nobody even tries to.
You're gonna be like a.
Oh my God.
Nobody even wapes me anymore. You know? I always like I can't shut up about getting. I'm like I was molested. I was like I was hot. I've been hot my whole life. Like it's gonna be so hard for me. Like maybe I'll get nursing home.
People have wanted to fuck me since I was 5. It happened. Yeah, there's gonna be. You're
I
gonna be
hope
like
I peak when I'm older.
you'll be 50 and you'll be walking the streets with like some young girl or some old Mexican guy walk by and you'll be like, you know, ladies, there was a time when that guy would have took his flaccid dick out. And, you know, cherish those moments, girls. Cherish them.
All of a sudden, his dick gets hard, and I go, "Oh my god, you're into old ladies."
Yeah, it wasn't my fault after all.
Oh my god.
God damn it.
Yeah, but it's just so like, who fucking knows?
So wait,
But as far as the, yes.
you have this window for attention. So when are you starting your OnlyFans?
I won't do it. I'm not a sex worker. I'm funny.
Well, then you can tell jokes on your OnlyFans.
I will
honestly,
tell you, this,
you should do that.
Every nude I've ever sent is like funny, just in case it leaks.
Yeah,
I've always
smart.
made them funny.
Smart.
Which like guys are probably like, this is so annoying. Why is there bread
Give me an example. Like I
Okay,
have a fucking
like
clown nose
Funyun-
on or something.
Funyun nipple rings. No, it's food. It's like food
Okay.
nude. So like Funyun nipple rings. I did like breadsticks on my ass, not in my ass. That's too much.
Come on, I'm
like
classy.
butter sauce on one cheek. You know, like shit like that.
Yeah,
You're like Costanza. You're very food based.
yeah, very the sensual meats.
I'm a prop comic. You know?
Okay, well then, I mean, everything you just described. If you don't think there is an insane OnlyFans market for that, food-based Annie nudes. I mean,
I just don't want to. My boobs got leaked once on the internet. They didn't go viral, and now I just have a bad taste in my mouth.
So that's a shot to the ego.
I was like, I thought I was like had planned for that my whole life. You know, like I was like,
This
how
is
am
my
I gonna
moment.
handle it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get PR. You know,
Right.
like,
I'm gonna be crying on the news. Or
Were
something.
they like leaked or hacked? Was it someone you'd sent them to?
Well, it was my podcast producer just fucked up. I flash him as a joke because I don't pay him. So I'm like, does this count as a Me Too if you're not getting paid? And then he's a volunteer. And then he blurs them out.
Right.
But he put the wrong one up, and it was on Thanksgiving, and I got like all these DMs of guys being like, "You got to pay your producer. This is why you pay your producer."
He wouldn't have made that mistake if he was getting $10 an hour.
But they're on Pornhub, and I don't want you guys to look at them.
Deal.
So upsetting. Don't look at them. But I was so mad. I was like, I was like so upset, and I was like, oh no, like fuck, you know. And then I went and I looked, and they were like, it was a good angle, and I was like, nice. My kind of best case scenario. I'm not a sex worker, but the goods are out there.
Yeah, like Captain America, Chris Evans had his dick leak, and it was like awesome, and everyone was like, "That's cool, man! Like you got a great dick." Like what? There was no
Everyone
bad.
was like, "Good for you, Chris."
Yeah,
It's so funny.
You're all of a sudden you're a hero because you were popping your dick out of the bottom of your shorts like a weirdo.
It's so funny. I never saw the picture.
You never saw the picture?
I don't care.
What do you mean you don't care?
Come on,
I care.
Everybody wants to see somebody's dick.
You know how many dick pics that I get? It's like, I'm dick.
Well, not every.
Well, I don't want to
Chris
see
Evans'
every dick, but I want to see Chris
They're never
Evans's.
good, by the way. They're never good. The best dick pic I ever got was a guy. He was like, all right, these are his legs and his feet. He was sitting like this, like almost Indian style, but his heels were together.
Like yoga pose, almost kind of like.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then his dick was like laying,
On his
and his
feet.
balls were like laying there. It was literally the most homosexual straight man attempt.
That's either
to
got to
get
be a
pussy.
flexible dude or a big dick.
I mean, that dude's a fucking yoga master or yogi.
It was like, yeah, you're like, oh god, I can't wait to get pretzel fucked by the DM guy. So nasty.
So you're just constantly unsolicited dick pics like all day long on
I do,
social
and
media?
I like, I talk about them and joke about them and stuff. So I think people
Gives you
feel a little more-
material, yeah, and then you know.
I don't
you're encouraging.
understand the idea behind it. Of like a completely unsolicited, like to a stranger, like here's my dick. I have an OnlyFans account. We've talked about this, and the people on it nonstop just ask you for pictures of your dick. That's all they
What
want.
do you do on your OnlyFans?
We started it as kind of a joke.
No, wait.
Oh, I don't
We don't
post.
perform. He just like looks at chicks.
Yeah. No.
So you suck each other's dicks on the OnlyFans?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah. we have also discussed. I mean, we have enough of a weirdo fan base that I think we could get subscribers to a performing OnlyFans if we wanted to.
Yeah, I don't think I'm ready for that path yet. At some point in my life, that will be something.
Don't you want to see? You don't want to see his jizz like on the edge of your.
Oh.
Wait,
much more
why would I take Kevin's jizz?
I don't know. You have a mustache, bro. It's like, what's it there for?
I'm coming on your face, dude. I'm coming all over you bitch boy, you beta bitch. We know who the alpha is now.
If I grow my mustache out, you guys should be very happy. I'm coming for it.
What's your number to be a sex worker? Everybody has a number. How much money a month would you have to make?
No number. I believe in myself. I'm funny.
Why do you believe in yourself?
Okay. I just know how funny I am.
Right, that's like somewhat just it's a world I don't understand. Someone
self-confidence
who believes in themselves. Like, oh
it
no,
took a while. It took a while.
Yeah, it's not easy.
It took so much Special K. I mean, to get here.
Did you have a moment though in your career? Was it like when you sold out a certain like level of room, or like you made an appearance on Rogan, or like something that where you're like, fuck, all right, I'm good. I made it. Like I know that I'm good at this.
I think. Probably it's right now. I'm just killing so hard.
This moment.
I can't. It was when I said, don't you want to see his jizz on the edge?
And now I can't stop twisting it subconsciously.
It's all downhill from here.
It would be like Elmer's glue.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I got mustache.
No, I mean, doing Rogan does feel very good. It's a nice thing. But I think it's just, I do like the challenge of people like last minute asking me to do things, and I like showing up and being funny and stuff like that. And I had like some good advice. That was secondhand advice from David Tell, but it's like, just if you're just always funny, like just always be funny.
Well, yeah, that's super. That's it's like, advice, hey, just like always be, awesome at basketball and you'll be a professional. Yeah, it's like
think about how many comics are like complaining about like who you should vote for. And stuff like that.
I see what you mean. Like just focus on
and they're not even
comedic.
being like funny about it.
Right.
I'm like,
yeah, I mean, if you care about it, fine, but like make me laugh while you're doing it. Yeah, it is crazy to see how many people have just totally abandoned.
Get really serious but I don't know. I guess second Rogan probably felt good.
I love that clip. I saw a follow-up video where you were talking about how Rogan doesn't get your jokes. The Third Reich one.
Oh yeah, the first one. Yeah.
The Third Reich joke was like fucking, like brilliant on the spot.
He backed me into a wall, dude. I was like, he was like, so you're a Nazi sympathizer, pretty much, and I was like,
no, you just didn't get the joke, bro.
But it was funny. We're a lot closer than we were then too. So, and he was very high. But I was like, oh my God, now he gets my joke. But he'll give me like a want. I'm like, time out. You can't. I could. When I wanted to do Rogan, I was a little nervous, but I just said to myself, like, just make sure you're just honest about how you feel. Like, just be honest.
Yeah,
just be what
real.
you are.
Right.
Because whenever you're not real, it's like ends up being so fucked up. But. So when he wasn't laughing at my jokes, there was a moment, I don't know if you remember, but I was like, why are you laughing
funny, pal? Yeah.
You just stopped the whole show?
I timed him out. I go, did you just want my joke in front of fucking millions of people?
So now you're doing your own
podcast.
How long have you doing Meanspiration?
I'm on my 40-something episode, so not too long.
Oh, you're a baby.
Relatively new, yeah. How's that going? Is it just you?
It's me, but I have guests and stuff sometimes. So I'm trying not to do the Zoom stuff. You see how much I interrupt. It's hard to Zoom.
It's impossible to Zoom.
But you're actually pretty good at it.
Yeah, you're actually very good.
The people who don't interrupt, I feel like my favorite interviews are like when I'm talking over you and you're talking over me, because that's like how conversations go. And you jump in and you're like, oh wait, that happened to me. I hate when it's just like question, answer. And I feel like this often leads to that.
I know when it's like disrespectful to the audience. I like that.
Yeah,
it's like
right. When I have people complaining, like you talked over the guest, I'm like, you're fucking right, I did, because we're just chopping it up and like shooting the shit. But I mean it's probably tough to be like relatively starting the podcast and then pandemic hits, but whatever. Fine.
It's cool. Like I have little Esther on a lot. You know Esther Pavitsky? She's so funny. She's like one of my best friends for forever, and we already had our girl falling out, so we're cool.
Wow, how'd that happen?
That happened like years ago. We had 3 years off.
No,
you have to have one.
What happened? What was it over?
It was nothing. It was like we had a friend in common who was like, you should hide in the bathroom and surprise her. We were new friends. Mm-hmm. He's like, she'll love that. And I was like, okay. Uh-huh. So I like popped out and she was like, I hate surprises. Like, who does that? And then I was like, all right, fuck you. I didn't know you hated surprises.
Had a actual falling out.
3-year fallout over that?
Girls are fucking insane.
It wasn't a second where it's like, yeah, your friend told me to do it. Like, my bad. I didn't realize you had a thing.
So who was more, were you mad? Like, she was mad at you for that, and then you were like, fuck off, or you were mad back?
I think it just had to happen. It was like in the beginning of
That's crazy.
The friendship, and it was like, dealing with egos and stuff like that. And now we kind of just are always trying to alpha each other, and that's kind of like what we do. And
See, sounds super I feel like guys don't ever have that falling out. I might have to sneeze.
Look at the light.
No, I think we're good. Okay, guys don't ever have that falling out because we just deal with it. Like I have friends.
As he sneezes, quick, put your dick in his mouth. Now's your time. Strike.
But we just we kind of just don't I just kind of just swallow it. I have friends who I've had for 12 to 15 years who I don't even like a little bit.
I couldn't believe you didn't jump in there.
What?
You said you just swallow it.
Yeah. But I don't even like them at all, even a little bit. I enjoy nothing of their company. I enjoy nothing about their personality, and I still hang out with them all the time, regularly.
Well, that's a you problem.
I know. I think it's a guy problem.
Yeah, I would rather just kind of put up with that than have to have a falling out or a big discussion.
Yeah, by regularly I mean every few years.
Each other, it was fun. We broke up and then we're talking shit on each other, and then we just came back together and it's like, oops.
Was there a moment of reuniting?
We saw each other again, and I was like, hey, and then I was like, I heard you were talking shit on me. She's like, I heard you were talking shit on me, and I was like, okay.
What's up, bitch? High five.
We're back.
That kind of is guy-esque.
I'm over that shit. Yeah. I don't get in fights with girls anymore. Whenever girls come with me, that I'm just like, oh, you're not in my life. Bye. I don't have that.
Well, it's also easier when you're successful too, and you do have good people around you. It's I don't need to put up with your shit,
I know. I have Whitney, so back up. But it is fun to hang out with. After I said that hanging out with girls can be troublesome, it actually is so fun too. When it works, it's so good.
It's just
I think all of us are really nervous because we're
well, I saw Whitney and Nikki Glazer talking about how they would mute each other on Instagram.
I would never do that.
Nikki was if you're so hot, you looked really hot that day, I'm gonna mute you or hide whatever so that I can't see you because it makes me feel insecure about myself. And Whitney was like, oh my God, totally me too. And I was like, what the fuck's going on?
I think I'm pretty. I feel fine about how I look, so I don't care.
I like that. It's crazy to me that girls can't admit that. It's just a fucking fact that you're pretty.
You just get shit on when you're young, and you just and internalize it, and you think you're ugly. I definitely looked exactly like the middle handsome brother in middle school when they were very popular. It's not. I got called horrible, and you internalize it. And my parents were very not they were very if people were she's pretty, wait till her nose grows, they'd always be ooh, kind of roasty.
Yeah.
And so this is my favorite thing my dad's ever said. I was on vacation with them 5 years ago, 6 years ago, something like that, and I gained weight. And I was diving off of the dock, and my dad goes, "Look, everybody, it's Greg Weight Gaines." Greg Weight Gaines, the diver. It's so good.
Weight Gaines.
So you're fat.
I'm diving.
You're fat and have AIDS. Huh?
Yeah.
That's tough.
It's I'm a fat AIDS person, one of those AIDS people that eats their emotions, I pull off my lesion and I eat it.
Annie and Magic Johnson, the only two people that put on weight with AIDS.
Listen, we're the top, we're the 1%.
Girls flying through the air, about to hit the water. What did you just say? What? Vicious.
I was laughing so hard in the water when I hit the water. It's just, if it's in a joke, it doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
But I was fat shamed as a child, so you can't.
Fat shamed and molested is a double whammy. And now, that's how you become a comic. I saw a tweet go viral the other day.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I always say, I forgot I have ADD. Go ahead.
I saw a tweet. I think it was an OnlyFans girl. She said something like, I was ugly when I was a kid, so I had to be funny so people liked me. And then I got hot in my 20s, and that's how I'm perfect now. I was like, yeah, that's the recipe. God. That's probably, the best case scenario. Get a personality and then get funny. Or then get hot.
I just I guess I just, thought I was ugly for long enough. And then I was like, oh, I'm just no matter what, whether people think I'm pretty or not, it's I just am the I'm ever going to be now. So I may as well enjoy it.
Fuck yeah.
What am I going to be like? Oh, I'm old and ugly. And then in 10 years, I'm
when you're actually old and ugly. Yeah.
I'm old and ugly.
All right. We're going to play a game called Answer the Internet here. It's usually a separate video, but because of COVID, we're just going to roll it into the podcast. So these are questions from all over the internet, our podcasts and Reddit and all sorts of shit. Let's Let's start with, would you rather always feel sticky or always feel itchy?
Sticky. Reminds me of middle school.
I knew where that was going to go.
Yeah, I know. Like, itchy sucks. You don't want to be just like, ugh, all the time.
Yeah, I feel like
Sticky, just deal with it.
Sticky, I feel like is almost when you're moving around, you would feel sticky. When you're just sitting and you're itchy, you know what I mean? Like if you laid down and you were covered in some sticky shit, but you were just laying there, I think you'd be like, you wouldn't feel it.
Yeah,
but itching is.
I mean, I get that.
Yeah.
We
do that.
Sticky's another person's problem.
Yeah,
and
right.
Itchy's your problem.
Right, that's a good way to
Yeah,
put it.
but
I'm
what if like my
selfish,
legs are sticking together? What if I'm sticking to seats?
That does suck.
Sticking to seats
You
is
would
tough.
have to wear pants. Don't be bottomless while you're in your car.
Yeah, leather. That's why I hate leather seats and all.
I was bottomless when I pulled up alongside you the other day on the road.
I know. Oh my God. And how is your baby doing?
So you don't drink now, but rewind a little bit of time.
But I did, if you want to ask me questions.
Would you rather be permanently hungover or never be able to drink again?
Never be able to drink again, obviously.
Yeah.
You guys, you don't miss hangovers. I'm telling you, I can't. I look at people's hangovers and I laugh in their face. I laugh at them.
Mm-hmm.
I laugh at
It's like you just did this to yourself.
Yeah, you just did it to yourself. But also just keep drinking.
But yeah,
that was Tommy Lee's advice yesterday. He's like, these fucking people, they sit there and they're crippled and they eat their aspirin and they eat their weird foods. It's like, just keep drinking. Yep.
There's one way out.
Yep.
That's exactly what I said to Tommy Lee too. I was like, people are always like, oh, why don't we have a cure for hangovers yet? We do. It's a
alcohol.
fucking beer. It's a drink. Like, and you don't have to keep drinking the rest of the day, but just like 1 a.m, you will fucking stave you off a little bit.
100%.
What's the weirdest thing you've said to a person in the middle of sex? Or the weirdest thing that you've heard said to you?
I'd
have to imagine you said some weird shit.
Like, is my dad mad at me? There's a lot of like, wait, is my dad mad at me? I'm always like,
and he's like, no, we're good. Keep going.
Yeah. My dad's like, oh, you're fine, honey. Weirdest thing said to me during sex. Well, I had one week-long affair with this guy once, and he was like really tall. He was very tall. This is how he got me. We were at a party. He was a mutual friend. He was like 6'8", but his face looked like Garfield. It was like ugly face, but like very tall. And I know.
Was he like an athlete or anything, or just a normal person who's 6'8"?
No, he was just
That's the worst. If you're 6'8" and you don't play basketball,
that means you didn't learn how to walk till you were 12.
Yeah, you're just a freak and uncoordinated one.
He wasn't great, but we were waiting for our Ubers, and I said something like, I made some joke like, well, sometimes you just want to get, choke till you're purple or something. And he clotheslined me onto the hood of a car. And I was like, okay, I'll cancel my Uber. And it was just like at the right time. I was in that phase of life, Yeah. And
be careful what you
ask.
So
we would have really crazy, like very violent, crazy sex. That was fine. It was consensual. But in the middle of it, he would be like, hey. I'm like, ew, don't.
No.
The only time you should be saying,
call me bitch.
The only time you should be saying hey during this is if I've literally, my eyes have rolled back and I've stopped breathing and you're like, hey. Wake up. Shaking me like that was like the worst one where I was like, oh God. One time I was at a gynecologist. And when he was in the middle of doing the exam, first of all, he stuck his finger in my ass, which has never happened in an exam ever.
By like accident, or he was?
I don't know what was going on.
I feel like you're supposed to be a fucking expert.
Sticks his finger in my ass, and then he like pulls it out and he goes, wait, are you Tim Letterman's sister? Which is my brother. And I'm like, yes.
What?
Why?
Highly inappropriate.
And he goes, I just realized, like you said you were a comedian. I saw your last name. He goes, my son was in the same frat as your brother, and I party with them. And I was like,
what?
I guess you party with me too. Your fucking fingers on my ass.
I was gonna say, I love that obviously he gets it from the last name, but it feels like he like feels your asshole. And he's like, wait a minute, is this Tim Letterman?
Timing of it
I felt the asshole
so
just like this. Does it run in the family? I think that guy.
I'm going to use that
like
excuse from now on forever. Like, look, gynecologists don't even know which hole's which. It wasn't a mistake.
Listen,
it's a big mistake, man. That is not how it's supposed to go.
I was on all fours. He did it doggy style. Is that
weird? Do you believe someone if they say they don't know their number?
Yes.
Do you believe that?
I definitely do not know my number.
Of course.
I think.
Who knows their number? What kind of fucking prude?
If you know your number, you're a fucking weirdo.
Right. Well, I don't think it's necessarily weirdo. I think it's just that you haven't fucked a lot of people.
Or just like, but like you're so into it that you're like, I gotta be able to brag about this, and like, I want to know how many people it is so I can tell my friends. Like, I don't think I've known since I hit like 5.
I was gonna say, when do you lose count?
Like probably 5.
Dude, college, I'm like drunk. I don't fucking remember.
Yeah,
I was like blacked out my whole fucking. I honestly feel like I should be 5 years younger because I blacked out for 5 years. I'm like, I should
that
just
didn't
be
even
able
count.
to explain it.
You should. You should just say you're 5 years younger. Who's gonna stop you?
But the anxiety, because I quit drinking when I was 25, so it's like I'm glad I did it early because the anxiety. I was a waitress in Santa Fe in this small town, and it's like you're like, do I know you? Like everyone that says hi, you're like,
yeah,
like,
your finger's been in my ass. I don't even know.
Yeah, I know. Are you my gynecologist? Are you my brother's frat brother's dad?
Who parties with you for some reason? Like,
here's a question. I don't think we could ask many of our guests this, but I get the impression we could let it fly with you. Can you dump someone whose parents both have cancer?
Yes.
That was a quick and cold-blooded answer, Annie.
Do you let them know like that's why?
That's so funny if that's your reason for breaking up with them. That's actually your gangster and you respect yourself. That's like such codependent shit to not take care of yourself, dude. It's got to be you first.
But look, I don't have this. I don't have it in me to deal with 2 cancer parents right now. Like right now, yeah. I'm like playing a fantasy role, but also just speaking honestly as me. If someone close in my life, they have to be my girlfriend. If someone in my life has both their parents gets cancer,
you're too much.
You're out, man. You got a lot of drama you're bringing to the table.
Would you give it like, all right, I want to break up, but like, let me give it like a couple more months to see if things, you would just be like, whenever you're done, you're done.
They don't have that many months. They need that time to spend with their parents. I don't want to take away from their time. Their parents are dying. Listen, I had a boyfriend. I remember it was his birthday. He was a rollerblader. He was a rollerblader.
What do you mean he was a rollerblader? Like professionally?
That was his thing. That was his thing. I used to do a joke on stage where I go, I'm dating a rollerblader. Everyone would erupt into laughter. I'd be like, guys, I didn't even tell a joke.
That's just a statement of fact.
Said what he does. That's what he loves to do. I'm like, imagine here. I'm like afraid I'm going to find him in the back, like hanging from the ceiling, you know, his rollerblade still spinning, the wheels still spinning. You're like, oh no.
If you're dating a rollerblader, I think like your bigger fear should be to find him in the back sucking a dick.
I mean, I wish he was that type of rollerblader. I mean, it was just, he wasn't even the cool gay kind. He was just great. I was like, what are you doing? Get a skateboard.
You want to rollerblade then fuck a pussy? Gross, dude.
His 30th birthday, his mom flew out here from Jersey. We went to Disneyland, grown-ups, no kids. I mean, if you're over 7, you're too old for Disneyland. Sorry.
I can't believe you did
that. It's not acceptable.
I feel like you would be like,
special needs.
Fuck no, I'm not going.
It had been like 3 years with this guy. I was like, I want to break up with him so bad. And we're walking through Disneyland. I hate it so much. And I was like, I'm just going to make sure that I don't remember this day. I was like making sure nothing crazy happened. Like just, I was like, I'm going to dump him and it's going to be done. And then I take a bite of a turkey leg and my phone blows up and everyone's like, Robin Williams killed himself. And I was like, no.
I will forever remember this.
I remember thinking that day, I was like, can I dump a guy on his birthday when his mom's in town and we're at Disneyland? Like, I just want
and Robin Williams died
like,
on top of it.
And fucking Robin. I'm like, I should be like, this is too hard for me. I never met him, but it's still too hard for me.
Did you do it? Did you dump him?
I broke up with him. No, so much later. I stayed with him forever.
It's crazy how much people you'll stay in a relationship when you're like, this sucks. I don't want to be here. And you just do it.
Yeah. No. Well, I was like, he's nice. I was telling my guy friend, I'm like, but he's so nice. And my friend was like, that's the base for what a boyfriend is.
Yeah, that's like, that should just be humans you associate with. You don't have to like fucking love those ones in return.
Yeah, it's so funny. But you learn everything.
Couple more here. Would you date someone knowing that all of their exes are dead?
Yeah.
But you don't know how they died.
Like, what if he murdered all of them? She's like, yeah. Then double.
And I'm like, I'm getting a wop. Like, get the mop and bucket. I guess not. I like a little tragedy, but you know what? I've dated a lot of guys who have dead dads, and that was fun for a while. And then I realized it was. I'm like, I would like a father-in-law. I would like a guy to say the magic words. Annie, meet my dad. I'm like, oh my God.
How do you think you just attract guys with dead dads, or do you seek out guys with dead dads?
I think I have a masculine energy, like a paternal, like they think I'm gonna like.
Guys, I want to fuck my father figure.
So you fuck guys with daddy issues. It's not girls, it's the guys who have daddy issues. Wow. You are truly called her. That's wild.
Oh, Annie, my dad ran out for cigarettes 10 years ago. Annie's clearly been smoking that long, so well,
I know. I fucked your dad
like
too.
my
I fucked your dad.
All right,
Your dad bought me cigarettes.
Last one. In the afterlife, you can only hang out with people who died the same way that you died. How would you choose to die? Joe. For those listening at home, Annie choked her neck and jerked off. She did the autoerotic asphyxiation, the international sign for autoerotic asphyxiation.
You'd be hanging out with a kid from my high school. Yo, I was a senior. He was a freshman. He didn't show up for class. I went to a boarding school. He didn't show up for class, so the housemaster went into his room, and he was hanging on the back of the door.
Dick out and everything.
Yeah. And then it was a Catholic school so fucked up, we wouldn't even give him a funeral because he killed himself.
Oh my God.
But all right, so that guy would be there.
That's a true story. We shipped him back to Washington for his funeral.
His little dick was hanging out. They put a little communion on it.
Catholic
One of those little tips.
The Catholic Church is so fun.
Oh, bro.
Instead of shutting his eyes, they just pulled his pants, his little like fly over his. Oh my God, his dingling.
They sent him back. The belt was still around his neck. Just throw him in a fucking box.
Fuck out of the house of God.
God damn, man.
Oh my God, that just made me think of something so crazy. What if? What if?
Go on.
They sold David Carradine's belt? Do you think people would buy it?
Oh, I guarantee that. David Carradine, the guy from Legends of Kung Fu, the old guy, he died.
I don't know him.
He was like the other guy who jerked off.
Him and my friend.
Him and you. Your buddy, Robin Williams. Robin Williams was doing that, or he just hung himself?
I just assume if people hang themselves, they're
jerking.
Because at the end, when you
might as well.
Might as well see, like, what was this all about the whole time?
Just at the very end, you just go like, maybe this will
go out with a little
them.
Bang, you know?
Well, I always say if I ever commit suicide, which I won't because I'm way too nosy, I'm like so curious about what's going to happen in the world. But if I were to kill myself, I think my suicide note would say, I was jerking off. And then you just like let them figure it out. Like, what? What do you mean? First of all, she's a girl. I didn't think that works for girls.
All right.
I have one of the fists. I have one of those tails hanging out, the dragon tail.
I love
Dragon
it.
Ball Z, bitch.
All right. Well, thank you so much. You are promoting what, the Showtime, the Comedy Store docuseries?
Comedy Store documentary. It's gonna be awesome. I'm in the 4th episode. It's the cutest one. I'm in all of them like a little bit, but my special segment is there. That's when they talk about me and Rogan and like kind of the current state of the Comedy Store, but it's really awesome. I loved doing it.
And then you got Meanspiration as the podcast.
Yep, that comes out on Fridays. I also do early access and Q&As on my Patreon, which is just Patreon Annie Lederman. And then YouTube Annie Lederman is where I put all my stuff up to. And my Instagram.
Awesome.
Look at you.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Annie. That's fucking
awesome. You guys,
it
was so fun. We'll party. We'll eat some shit off the ground in Philly one day.
Talk to you soon.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, look at his dick. Out on the little penis.
Bye, penis.